Hey there. In today's lesson, I will help you understand past continuous tense in English. All the tenses are very important for better conversation. Tenses tell you about the actual time of action, and today I will be discussing past continuous tense is चालू भूतकाल या अपूर्ण भूतकाल. Now, this lesson you will understand what is the structure of the sentence, when to use it, how to use interrogatives and negatives. Correct? So let us begin. Let us first understand what is the structure of past continuous tense. In past continuous tense, when sentence is active, I have told you, right? You have two kind of conversations. Sometimes in conversation you use active statements and sometimes you use passive statements, passive sentences. Here we are discussing past continuous tense in active voice. So when the sentence is in active voice, you always start with subject. What do you mean by subject here? Subject is the doer, the one who is doing the action, karta, काम करने वाला. After that you write was and were helping verb followed by the present participle of the verb ing, and rest all the things you write at the end. Subject plus helping verb was or were plus present participle verb ing form. What do you mean by present participle? Ing form is cooking, going, writing, teaching, singing, driving. These are all present participle of the verb. So whenever see in English you are talking about action that is continue or it is in progress, you always use present participle in all the situation. So here also you will be using present participle, and other things, object and other things, you can write at the end in a positive statement. Correct? Now you need to understand that if subject is I, he, she or singular, you use was. So I was going, she was going, he was going, Sita was going, it was flying, right? If subject is singular, you use was. And when subject is plural, you, we or they, you use were. It's were. So you were, we were, they were, Sita and Geeta were singing. So that is were. Now, where do we use it? This is the structure. Hope you understood well. Now, when do we use it? So see, you are talking about, see, look at this timeline now. This is this point of time, now, at present. Now we are talking about action that was continue at some point of time in the past. भूतकाल में कुछ हो रहा था. That is past continuous tense. At some point of time in the past, that action was continue and you are giving information about that. Yes, look at some example. I was sleeping yesterday in the afternoon. So I am asking you, yes, Dipali, what were you doing yesterday in the afternoon? So she is telling, madam, I was sleeping yesterday in the afternoon. कल दोपहर में मैं सो रही थी. At that point of time, I was sleeping, right? They were playing cricket. Again, what were they doing? They were playing cricket. वो cricket खेल रहे थे. She was cooking. Generally, you see, use in conversation, you use this with simple past tense. So you can say that when you called me or when you called her, she was cooking. जब आपने फोन किया, she was cooking. तब वो खाना बना रही थी. He was driving when you called him. He was driving. जब आपने फोन किया, वो कार चला रहा था. My question is, yes, I called you number of times yesterday. You didn't answer my call. You didn't answer my call. तुमने जवाब नहीं दिया. Then you are telling that yes, madam, I was driving. Or he didn't answer the call because he was driving. क्योंकि वो कार चला रहा था. He was driving. She wasn't teaching at that time. Yes, I didn't call her. I thought that she might be teaching. No, madam, she wasn't teaching. वो नहीं पढ़ा रही थी at that time. तब वो नहीं पढ़ा रही थी. Relate. See, whenever you write example, see to it that you relate with the situation. Practically जो use करते हैं, वैसे sentences ज़्यादा practice करने चाहिए. We were not attending class, madam. Yesterday we were not attending class. We were practicing something else. We were doing presentations. We were singing. You were doing something else. So question here is, what were you doing at that point of time? See, yes, students, if you are not getting this, you called him, you didn't answer my call. If you have problem with simple past tense, click on this link and understand how we make simple past tense, how we use past simple tense in English conversation, right? Let us understand interrogatives and negatives. Interrogatives, negative, how you can write negatives? When you write negative, you write wasn't and weren't, or was not or were not. You can say that she was teaching, she was not teaching. He was going, he wasn't going. They were playing, they weren't playing, or they were not playing. You add not, right? That is simple. Now, when you make interrogatives, you take first helping verb forward, and if it is WH questions, you start with WH. So, yes, were you driving when I called you? क्या तुम ड्राइव कर रहे थे जब मैंने फोन किया? Were you driving when I called you? What were you doing yesterday in the afternoon? What were you doing? कल तुम क्या कर रहे थे? Afternoon. Where was she going? वो कहाँ जा रही थी? She was going to market. Where was she going? She was going to the mall. See, look at the structure, right? This is how you write questions. First is WH word, then you write helping verb, then subject, and then present participle here. Understood? Try to make this kind of more questions. How were you studying? तुम कैसे पढ़ाई कर रहे थे? How were you studying? I was studying watching YouTube videos, or I was studying writing notes. I was studying preparing notes. Was she cooking? क्या वो खाना बना रही थी? Yes, she was cooking. No, she wasn't cooking. She was sleeping. Which game were they playing? Which game were they playing? वो कौन सा गेम खेल रहे थे? They were playing cricket. They were playing chess, right? They were playing football. What were you buying? What were you buying? तुम क्या खरीद रहे थे? I was buying gifts for my friends, right? I was buying books for my students. When was he studying? वो कब पढ़ाई कर रहा था? When was he studying? He was studying late at night, or he was studying in the afternoon. वो तब पढ़ाई कर रहा था. So these are the interrogatives, right? Questions. So try to make more questions. Here you keep in mind that whenever you make question with who, so in all the tenses, when you make question with who, you should take a singular verb. You cannot say who were going, right? You can say that who was driving, who was cooking. So this is how you make interrogatives. Practice again, repeat every question, every sentence after me, and try to make your own sentences. If you have doubts, if you have some difficulties, if you want to check, yes, you can share all the sentences in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, share with your friends if you find it helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.